All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Start Your Day Great. Start your day with the coach. I am your certified high performance coach, Sean Butner, and usually we talk about things in personal development. We talk about things that can help you move forward quicker in your life. And today I just wanted to tell a little bit about how high performance has really impacted me throughout my life because, at the heart of it, I'm a humble Midwestern kid, from the outskirts of Chicago. And I feel very fortunate for the trajectory of my career and my life and, the people that I have in my life. And, it's looking back, it's easy to kind of pull some of the common threads. And I just thought I'd talk about a couple of those because I think it really illustrates how this personal work can really help you move forward, get results in your life. And the trick is it's not about results, right? It's about living a good life. So, the first thing that kind of comes to mind is to always try to focus on a few things at a time, and you'll figure out the rest. So, if you take a look at my career, I guess, in high school, I had a little bit of interest in software and computers, took a couple of classes there, went to school for business, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that whatever I did, business would probably be a part of it, so that would give me a bunch of skills that I would be able to use later. From there, I went to grad school to study information systems, which is more like the business side of technology, and then out of college, I got my first career gig as a software engineer because of my interest in software, the few courses I had taken along the way, no CS degree, and for a while, I always wanted to be, in Silicon Valley because I thought that's where a lot of the innovation was happening. That's where a lot of the exciting things were happening. My first job was at Walmart corporate in Arkansas, which was great, and I learned a ton. I also learned that I had an idea that there's something more that I wanted out of my career. So, spent 5 years there, left, got out to California, tried to start a business, didn't go, and then I started at Apple and worked there for 5.5 years. And that was an amazing experience. And that's all to say. So I have this technology thread, and then, a couple years into Apple, I start coaching and really feel that that's my passion, right? And so now I've, with working at large organizations and seeing how they build teams, how they motivate people, it's really helped me in my coaching career and setting up my business too. Just having ideas on how I want to build this company and help people. So, looking back, the road to coaching didn't really involve a lot of coaching, but I'm very grateful. And a lot of the things that I learned, a lot of the financial rewards along the way have enabled me to do what I'm doing now too. So you never can predict your path. And I was talking with a fellow coach a week ago on that. And so the road of progress is twisty. You don't know where you're going to end up. I still don't know where this is going to go. I can't say for certain where I'm going, but this leads me to my second point, which is to just follow your heart. And, you find what gets you passionate, or you work on what you think you're passionate about, try it out, and then you say, yeah, that was awesome, or no, I need to switch. And so, again, going back to the story of having an interest in hobby in software, going to business school, trying to figure that out. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I can, find a niche there that really served me. And when I was at Walmart, I actually was kind of the point person between a lot of the business folks and the engineers, having lived in both worlds, knowing the vocabulary and jargon of both worlds. And so it really helped me excel at that job. Or it helped me at Apple with just understanding team dynamics and organizational behavior and that kind of stuff. You pull these things that are intangible, and to Apple's credit, they're really good at trying to get people with diverse backgrounds and perspectives. So it served me, it served them, everyone was happy. A third thing that really, I think, if you're on the path to increasing performance, you have to get out of your own way. You can't be a perfectionist because you have to remember that learning is making mistakes. And the goal is to not make or repeat the same mistakes. So if you're consistently making new mistakes, you're in that learning zone, you're on the edge, you are growing, you're making things happen, you're increasing your skill set, you're building confidence, all of these good things. If you're making the same mistake over and over and over again, you start to question, what are you doing? So that's one of the biggest and most probably important pieces of advice I had in my career at Walmart. Was my first manager, Max Miller, said, you need to be making mistakes, otherwise you're playing it too conservative, like you're not trying enough, essentially. So just don't make the same mistakes, but go out there, make as many mistakes as you can, because, you can't be afraid, you can't be holding back your ideas or your work because you're afraid you're going to make mistakes, because it's going to happen regardless. So shout out to Max Miller on that. Okay, fourth pretty big lesson, as a humble kid from the Midwest, who, my dad was a carpenter and all that, so, wasn't really destined to be in corporate America, probably in another time, but something I think I got from him in particular was to always focus on daily habits and try your best and not necessarily measure yourself to the end result. Like, yeah, you want to get results, you want to set a goal and achieve it, but how you get there matters, and how you do in competition yourself matters. So if you're always putting forth your best effort, you will get the results. It's inevitable if you can continue to improve, continue to put forth that effort. It's when you hold back, it's when you slack off that, that's a problem. And the conversations of him, like in school, like, did you try your best? Okay, a B is fine. Okay, C is fine. Okay, whatever, And I think what was really good about that too is it's this idea of, how hard you tried too. So you could say, yeah, I tried my best, and not, and then you feel guilty, or maybe it's just me, I don't know. But that is something that has served me in all areas of my life, and relationships, and health, and my career, is to focus on habits that'll make you consistent and help you grow on the journey. The fifth thing, and before I get to this, this is a lot of stuff that I talk about in my one-on-one coaching practice. So if you're curious and having these conversations and kind of pulling out your life lessons and what made you successful in your career, that's one of the things that we talk about amongst many things in high performance. You can go to SeanButler.com/coaching to qualify for a free one-on-one session. So, okay, that's the last big thing from a, humble Midwestern kid is, spend time to reflect on where you're going, how you feel about the direction of your life, and course correct when needed. And this has been the most impactful lesson that I've learned along my life, and part of it, that first job at Walmart, I was always stressed. I was doing 100% software engineering, and that was not probably the best use of all the skills that I had at that point. And I didn't really feel confident, and it was wearing on me. And so being able to switch into that position and gathering requirements, talking to business folks, talking to engineers, and being able to kind of assess what everyone's saying and making sure everyone's on the same page was one of the course corrections I had in my career. The next one was like, hey, I'm not really happy living where I'm at, away from family, away from friends, in a place where it doesn't seem friendly to me. And I could go into that, but, Arkansas was amazing. There's some amazing folks there, but I just felt out of step there. So that was a huge realization, like, oh, I need to change this for just general levels of happiness. And so that's when I made the move to California, which is a little bit more my people, I guess. I don't know how to describe that. But, course correction when I was working at Apple, doing the tech thing, feeling really good about the work I was doing, and, feeling a call to do something more. And thinking about, do I want to be on this track for the rest of my life, or do I want to go learn something new? Do I want to go have a more dramatic impact with others, and that kind of thing? And ultimately, yeah, that's what I wanted to do, and started the coaching business. So, these are 5 things that have really helped me looking back at my career, just to focus on a few things at a time and figure out what works and what doesn't work, to follow what sets you alive, what gives you passion, what you get excited about, what you're interested in, what you do if you weren't paid, and you get to discover, like, yeah, that's what I'm really into or not, which is really good feedback. The idea to be consistently making mistakes out in the world, but not repeating the same mistakes, like, that's a much better way than being perfect and having everything thought through to the very minute detail. Focusing on daily habits as you go along the journey, and not worrying about how to make the result happen, because the idea is that if you have the right habits, you have the right processes, you have the right methodologies, success will just emerge. And then finally, to spend time reflecting on where you're at in your life, how you feel about your direction, and course correct or celebrate. I didn't say celebrate before, but celebrate when you're on the right path and you're doing the things that you love, and course correct when you're not. So with that, guys, I'm, like I said, it's been a very fortunate career path that I followed, with all the people around me along the way that supported it, and in a lot of ways with a lot of financial stress on our family when I was growing up, and parents being sick. My mom had breast cancer when I was really young. Dad had a wall fall on him at a job when I was really young, and so being able to get through college, being able to have this type of career in life has been crazy. And I really do appreciate it, and shout out to my mom and dad for making that happen for me and my brothers. So that said, guys, I hope you found one of these lessons helpful. If there's something that has really helped you along the way that has made you successful, post that below this video. I'd love to see what you guys are doing. And that said, I will check you guys tomorrow for Ask a Coach a Question. If you have any questions too for the show tomorrow, you could direct message me or post those in the comments below, okay? All right, folks, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for Ask a Coach a Question.